No, you are not being clickbaited. Luka Doncic is actually being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. It is a reality. This is an NBA fan fiction come true. Luka going to the Lakers, absolutely insane. The most ludicrous move in NBA history. This came out of freaking nowhere. Shams made it officially official, but it was reported around midnight that this trade was going down. And this is crazy. Nobody expected this whatsoever. What is going on, bro? I thought at the trade deadline we'd be getting like a Jimmy Butler trade or De'Aaron Fox trade or even like Chris Middleton or something like that. And that would be it. But no, out of nowhere, abruptly, we got the craziest trade in NBA history. I'm at a complete loss for words. I don't know how to start this. I guess we'll start off with a bit of a conspiracy theory. This might sound insane, but maybe the NBA forced this move to happen because they want to keep LeBron in the league longer. So they decided, hey, let's pair him up with one of the most exciting young players in the league, none other than Luka Doncic himself, who's 25 years old and is a top 5 player, made multiple All-NBA teams. Let's just send him off to LA, make him LeBron's teammate, and he'll stick around for maybe another 4 years or so because they know that NBA viewership is going to plummet once LeBron retires, and they need a new face of the league in a big market in Los Angeles, and Luka Doncic, I guess, is their guy. I don't know. That's just my conspiracy theory. As a Sixers fan, I feel that the Mavericks could have gotten a lot better offers, such as Tyrese Maxey. I would have traded Tyrese Maxey in a heartbeat if Luka Doncic was made available. I know that's probably going to ruffle some feathers, but I would have drove Maxey down to Dallas, Texas, in order to get Luka Doncic. That pairing with Joel Embiid and Paul George would have been insane. I don't know if the money would work that way, but Maxey was born in Dallas, and he's one of the best young players in the league. It would have been a match made in heaven if you think about it. But I guess the Mavericks didn't want an overcrowded backcourt with Kyrie and Maxey. Not that there are any trade connections to begin with, but I'm just thinking as if I was the Mavericks GM. But Anthony Davis and Kyrie, that's still a decent duo. You can make the playoffs with that duo, especially when you got role players like Najee Marshall, Daniel Gafford, PJ Washington, Derek Lively. It's still a decent roster even without Luka. They could probably be a 4th, 5th seed in the West at best. But I still don't understand this move at all. I mean, Luka took you to the finals. Now, according to some reports that revealed the Mavericks' justification for trading Luka, it had to do with his conditioning and the Supermax extension he was going to demand, which is absolutely hilarious to me as a Sixers fan because my organization is so willing to hand out big contracts to guys who can't get on the floor consistently. Joel Embiid hasn't even gotten them past the second round because he's been injured so many times and admittedly has had his fair share of playoff underperformances. Then you give Paul George the contract too. Paul George has been as good as Tobias Harris this year and more injury prone than Tobias. This is not a Sixers rant video. We're reacting to the Mavericks trade, but it's just so interesting to see this dynamic between the ownership and the superstar player and all of that, and just how some teams are so willing to hand out these contracts while others are more hesitant. But I don't really get this move from the Mavericks perspective, even with that. Like, I understand getting a front court player for Kyrie Irving, but Anthony Davis is one of the most injury-prone players in the league. Only Joel Embiid and Kawhi Leonard are more injury-prone than he is. Yet they pulled the trigger, and he's now a Dallas Maverick. I mean, you still got a decent team with all those role players. They could still be a threat in the Western Conference, but not having Luka there, dude, that's insane. Luka took you to the finals. We should just check out some of the trade details. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Luka took them to the finals, bro. He took them to the finals. Not many teams get to the NBA finals, and then they just trade a Luka right away. That's nuts. But the Mavericks are trading Luka, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris to the Lakers for AD, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick. The Mavericks could not have even gotten Dalton Connect the Lakers didn't even throw in Bronny James either. Not that anyone would want Bronny, but not even getting Dalton Connect, that's crazy. For Luka Doncic, who's 25 years old, that is nuts, bro. The Mavericks, now that I'm looking at the full trade details, this is a really, really weird move from Dallas. I don't understand it at all. If they were concerned about Luka and his conditioning and injury history, that makes sense. But the dude's still 25 years old, and everyone gets injured. You know what I mean? Not every player is Joel Embiid or Kawhi Leonard, where you just barely see them at all. I'm letting my venom as a Sixers fan spew out here, but please bear with me. Yeah, Luka's 25 years old, got you to multiple conference finals, got you to the finals, and you were building something with Kyrie Irving, on that team too, and all the other role players that they had. But not even getting Dalton Connect is crazy. The more you look at this trade, the more you have to question the Dallas Mavericks' reasoning with this. Not only did you not get many draft picks, but you got none of the Lakers' premier young players, none of Austin Reeves or Dalton Connect, which is still insane to me how you have Luka Doncic, one of the most valuable players in the league. You can't even get one of their young players to help build yourself a young core. The Mavericks, I guess they're in a win now mode. But still, that's crazy. Like, the Mavericks low-key got fleeced in this trade. Now, the more you look at it, the worse it looks for the Mavericks. This trade is not going to age well for them at all, at least in my opinion. But Luka and LeBron, if they're not going to figure it out this year. I think it's a little bit too late, and the West is just too stacked. But with the roster they have, they got Austin Reeves, Dalton Connect, Rui Hachimura, some other great players too. If they can really develop that roster further by trading for a big man, the Lakers can low-key be one of the most dangerous teams in the league, whereas the Mavericks, they got a couple years in this window with AD and Kyrie, but who knows with their injury history, who knows if they'll be able to stay intact and stay durable. It's going to be really interesting to see how the rest of that plays out in the Western Conference. Maybe one day the Sixers can keep the train moving and swing a Joel Embiid for Anthony Edwards swap. What would you think about that? Comment down below what you would think about that. That would probably not happen ever. That is a fever dream. Now, I'm the one making NBA fan fictions, but yeah, Lakers, they won this trade. That is my verdict. The Lakers definitely got the best end of this deal, getting Luka Doncic, 25 years old. Enough needs to be said about him. He is so good, one of the best players in the league, and now you're pairing him up with LeBron James. It's going to work out. Like, LeBron, he can fit in really with any team. He could just give Luka the ball the entire time, and whenever he needs to go off, he can go off. Doesn't have to be as much as of a dominant ball handler that he has had to be, throughout his entire career since he's getting up there in age. He could just give Luka the ball now, and Luka can just, stuff the stat sheet while LeBron rests the whole season, and then he can go crazy once the playoffs start. So yeah, definitely, if you're a Lakers fan, you should be pretty happy about this. I'm a Sixers fan, unfortunately, so there's not a whole lot for me to be happy about, but at least we got Jared McCain, so maybe we might get a Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey versus Luka and LeBron NBA Finals matchup. But yeah, I'll leave my dreams for another video. Thank you all for tuning on in. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you're new around here. Stay safe out there. Peace.